Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. As always, we're sponsored by Health West. Remarkable people over there. Give them a holler, find where they're closest to you, and visit them, see how they can help you. Give them a Google. Today, I was thinking, and I was looking at an economic snapshot of Idaho. And this pretty much covers, kind of gives us a 12-month total, and kind of helps us pretty much from September of 2023 to September of 2022. So you know what? I figured it's the Idaho Business Podcast. Let's talk about the Idaho Business snapshot here for a minute and see how Idaho's doing. You know, it's the first time we've done this on the podcast. Let's dive into Idaho for a minute. You know, see how we're doing. So let me read some stats for a minute. You know, so my eyes might be diverted from the camera for a minute. So you listening on the podcast. Doesn't matter to you because you don't never see my goofy mug. Those are watching on social media or Facebook or YouTube, wherever you may be. Apologize, I'm not looking directly into your beautiful eyes. All right, Idaho employment remains strong. You know, so the total jobs we have right now is 800,060. 12-month job change is a positive 3%. Unemployment rate is 3.1% across the board. That's pretty good. We have here in the super sectors. I guess we better match up real quick before we go further. So the unemployment rate for the nation right now. So the total unemployment rate now for the nation is 3.8. Unemployment rate for Idaho is 3.1. The job changes in the nation is 2.1. The job changes in the last 12 months for Idaho is 3.0. And like we said, the total jobs that we have in Idaho is 860,000. Jobs gained in the nation is 336,000. Okay. Let's go into the super sectors real quick here. We have natural resources and mining. We lost 100 jobs there, so it's a negative 2.4%. Construction, we have the net change. This is a 12-month net change, 2,700, and that is a positive 4% change. Manufacturing, we took a hit in manufacturing for Idaho, a negative. We lost 2,500 jobs, and the net change percentage-wise is negative 3.4%. Trade, transportation, and utilities, we gained 1,500 jobs and a percentage change of 0.9%. Information, 300 jobs gained, 3.2% change. Financial activities, 1,000 jobs change in the last 12 months, a 2.4% change. Professional and business services, a 3,300 job gain and 3% change there. Education and health services is a 6,000 job gain and 4.8%. So that's an industry that really hit hard positively for the last 12 months. Leisure and hospitality. It's good to see this sector doing well again. 3,900 jobs gained, 4.4% change. Other services, 1,000 jobs gained, 3.6%. I'm guessing that's, you know, services like one of my services, cleaning services. I'm sure there's other services out there that kind of fall into this other services category. So government. let's get, this is a big super sector. Obviously, we have the INL, and I'm sure some others, big sites out there. 7,800 jobs that we gained, and a 6.1% change in the last 12 months. So that is a net 24,900 jobs. So we gained in the last 12 months. So that's pretty good. And then it talks about unemployment varies by county, but really the highest county to the lowest county we have is 4.3% plus, and then we have a less than 2.9% here as well. So it's a decent fluctuation, but not crazy. So, okay, I think that's a pretty cool one there. Let's go forward here. All right. Typical home values here. This is interesting here. The median home value in Idaho is $400,041, For the United States, the median home value is $300,048, So Idaho is above the nation for a median house home value. So median home value, Idaho is leading the United States, and that's something obviously we don't want to be leading the United States in. So yeah, let's continue going forward here. Foreclosure rates, we are at a 0.02%, and that's pretty much the same as the United States nation percentage right now. Pretty much from, man, it's yeah, we already hit the Idaho home values here. The Idaho population growth is higher than the nation. It's about a 1.8% and growth over the last 2 years, and then the U.S. growth has been 0.4%. Population, it's been a while since I've seen the total population of Idaho. 811,617 as of 2021. We're 38th. We ranked 38th in population in the United States. Population growth rate, 1.8%. We are second in rank in the United States. Total fertility rate, 1.85%, and that's number 8. We're ranked 8th in the nation there. Median age is 37.3. We're 8th in the nation. Household size is 2.71. We're 6th in the nation there. Median household income, 76,918, and that's 18th in the nation where we rank. Per capita personal income is 54,537, and that puts us to 44th in the nation. Personal income percent change is a positive 9.6%, leading us number one in the nation, I guess. So our personal income is going up, and that's a positive. So, and then it talks about the Idaho's GDP is above the national average. Our GDP grew 3.8%, and the U.S. average was 2.0%. So some good things happening for Idaho people out there, other than the overall home values. Overall home values with the medium household income doesn't help us very much when it's hard to afford those homes. So I was just thinking, I was looking at an economic snapshot of Idaho. Now, thinking of that, how often do we take an economic snapshot of our own companies or our own teams if we manage a team in our businesses that we work for? This is important. So what I mean by an economic snapshot is we could start. You could start in so many different categories. I'm just going to give you some ideas. This is in no way wise in any order of importance or category that you need to start off. I'm just going to give you some ideas, maybe get the ball rolling for you. So you could start off as, hey, what product or service is driving the most revenue? Okay, which one adds more to your bottom line? Okay, and you might think, well, revenue, bottom line, if one's driving more revenue, but another one is driving more to the bottom line, why is that so? Obviously one's more profitable than the other. Even if one of my products or services is driving more revenue and then the other product or service, but the other product or service that I'm selling less of adds more to my bottom line, it means either my systems or processes are more efficient or it's priced more effectively. So that's where you have to kind of dive in and dissect it a little bit more and see, okay, what do I need to really look at here to make us more profitable? Because obviously top line revenue is just a vanity number. Bottom line revenue is the sexy number. So that's what stays in your pocket. That's what makes you look good at the end of the year to your superiors when you're working for another company, and that's what makes you sexy to your spouses and your significant others when you're running your own company. So, and of course, alarms going off outside my studio right here. Apologize. Okay, so it wasn't my card, by the way. All right. Another one is we can look into is turnover rate or attrition rates. This is important because if you are losing people at an extremely fast rate, why are you losing them? My industry, we're in the janitorial industry. It's an unskilled labor job. We can teach anyone how to clean. We value everyone. We want them to be able to come in and share the same values that we have, which we've talked a lot about core values, correct? But when you're comparing attrition rates, turnover rates, was this year better than last year to date? If so, why? Dive into that. Why was it better? What were you doing differently? Did you do something differently, maybe with onboarding? Do people come out of onboarding now with a higher, more positive mindset as they're coming out into your real workforce and saying, okay, this is awesome, we're going to kill it here? Or are they coming out more deflated because you have some nut job training them that really shouldn't have anything to do with being around people in general? Maybe that person should be better off in a laboratory with computers all day long because they have no business being around people and directing them. Just a food for thought there. Not talking from experience, or maybe I am. I'm not sure. And then figure out where you're losing them. Are you losing them from 0 to 3 months? Especially if you're in the trades, this could be something big. Are you losing them 1 to 2 years? Or where's that gap? When are you losing these employees? And then figure out what's going on. Number 3, I mean, not really 3, but the third talking point of this subject here is, do you offer a exit survey or a questionnaire that is possibly anonymous? We started doing that, and it's enlightening. It's as easy as creating a Google form. If you do nothing else, create a Google form that they can fill out, and you can share with them. Your HR person or your manager can just share with them on their way out and say, hey, can you fill this out for us? Obviously, we're not collecting any of your name or your email address. We have no idea. We're sending this to everyone. And then you're getting honest feedback of what's broken, what needs fixed, and this is in their words, in their state of mind. So, take it for what it is. There's going to be some tough stuff you have to look at, and there's going to be some stuff you're going to have to fix. But it's worth doing that. You can also look into the next point is possibly look at your average client size, meaning, per dollar, how big is your average client? Can you increase that average client size? Maybe, your your clients, maybe you're selling something online and your average client is like $29.95, but then you have thousands of clients. Okay, that's great, but can you increase your offering to them? Can you increase your services to them? Same type of thing with any other of us in business. No matter if you're white collar, blue collar services, products, there's always some add-on that you can offer to provide additional value and service to your clients. So look into that. I think that's a big one to add to your snapshot of your business. Total customer acquisition cost. This is a big one. So it's the dollar amount spent on sales and marketing efforts. And then you divide that by the number of new customers gained over a time period. So just for example, let's say you own a luxury accessory store. You want to determine the cost of acquisitions over the past holiday season. During the fourth quarter of the year, you invest $15,000 towards marketing and sales expenses, and you acquired 250 new buyers. Plugging those numbers into your calculator that we just discussed, we get a $60 customer acquisition cost per customer. So is that any good? It depends on your industry, how much your average shopper spends, and how long your average customer lifetime value is. So, and that's something you can also look into. What is your lifetime value of your customer? How long do they stay with you? That also has to do with correlates with the customer acquisition cost, because then you can realize, well, if they're only staying 3 months, maybe $60 is a little high if I'm only selling them, a small item I'm selling them for $70. So really I'm making $10, and I have a chance to keep them for 3 months. That window's kind of small to continue to keep them. So there's obviously things, all isn't lost when you see that information. It's information that you can utilize to your advantage to tweak your systems, to adjust your offerings, and to add more offerings, to keep your clients longer, to maybe possibly increase your prices, and to change your systems a little bit to help possibly keep your employees longer, because many of us are very heavy in employees are driving how we can make and what we can make for profits and revenue. There's many of us that I'm sure that run online businesses that it's just you, and you may be doing drop shipping or whatever it is. Great for you, but anyone can take an economic snapshot of their business at any time and do a year to date or year over year, depending on the month you're in. Not depending on the month, but just taking the month you're in and going to the previous year's month and see, how am I doing? And sometimes I'm really good at this, and sometimes I'm not. This year, I've been doing a lot better. But I'm telling you, what you cannot manage what you don't measure. I know I've said that before, and I've heard that from some wise people over the last few months. But you have to measure what's going on in your business, or you cannot manage that. So go forward. Don't be fearful when you take this economic snapshot. Even if you see something like, oh my goodness, I'm in the red. I'm in the red in this category. No big deal. Good for you. At least you're finding it now. At least you have the opportunity to change it. How much worse would it be if you were doing this a year later and you were in the red all this time? So it's time to change some things. And it's time to make your business more profitable, make it more efficient, keep your employees longer. I know it's easier said than done, but there are small things you can do. Even if, like we've said in the past, even if you can just become 1% better in all these categories, 1%, that's a compounding, number that can really present dividends at the end. So go out there, just dominate your week again, be positive. You guys can accomplish anything. Just remember, be vigilant in what you're doing. do things with a purpose. And as always, be happy, be grateful, and go out there and find opportunities to serve others. Until next time, I do have to say as well that we are sponsored by New Clean Commercial Cleaning. I always forget to say that, but we are one of my companies, New Clean Commercial Cleaning. So if you do need any toilet scrubbing or any fun stuff like that, you just don't enjoy doing yourself, give us a call, 208-254-7070, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.